Good afternoon, you guys. Welcome back to Ken Castro, which is just really another side of me and a side that you guys probably won't get to always see on my other page, which is Castro Cannon. But on this page, I like to be a little bit more open and honest and tell you guys how I had to face some challenges, just growing up, because as a child, I just never felt like, and I know I'm past it a little bit, but I still sometimes I get a reminder of it, a reminder of it in my adult life. Where as a child, I just never felt like I ever fit in anywhere. Like I'm gonna give you an example. Since I am different, and by that I mean my homosexuality, I'm different. People have always, I promise you, always have treated me as if I had a disease. You know, it's certain words that I wish I could pronounce, but I can't pronounce them. But they have always treated me and judged me as if I had a disease, and that really bothered me a lot. It made me feel like I wanted to just shed everybody out. I wanted to shed everybody out and just just go into a room and just lock the door. Don't ever come out. But unfortunately, I couldn't do that. I had to face the repercussions and the judgments. You know, and I'm not gonna lie. There were times where I did do things to other people, not because it was done to me. It was because of what I guess what kids do, you know. But for me, I guess I just never felt like people really understood me. I never really felt like people really liked me. That's why I'm kind of shocked that I get so much love and hate on YouTube because in the life that I live out, well, the life that I live when I press pause or when I start recording, I don't get that same response. I don't. So when I get it on online, it's like wow, it's just like pouring in love, 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 and I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful because a lot of times I wasn't thinking about suicide, but a lot of times I wish I was saying in my head I was just saying because I was raised. I have half of my younger life I was raised in the church. I was raised in the church in a Christian school. And when I got away from around that and I had to go to public school, it was just different. And a lot of times when I had to face certain things from people, it made me feel like I didn't want to be on this earth. Like I wanted to, I would just sometimes be like, oh, I wish God would just come get me. I didn't want to I didn't want to harm myself, but I was just hoping that, you know, one day He'll just get me up on out of here. But I had to learn it's more to life than wanting to go back to our original home. You know, I was put here for a reason, and I just, for me, I just have to find out what that reason is and my purpose. Because some days I do have struggles where I know what I need to do, but sometimes I would just be searching for the purpose. And sometimes that can be a little discouraging when you kind of is, when you are kind of just like kind of just stuck in it, like just I guess at a stagnant, just don't know where to go or what to do. But I know you have to just keep on. You just have to keep on keeping on, and keep on moving on with your life. And because just because you may have some things going on with you on the inside, doesn't mean that everybody's gonna care, you know. And that's what I had to learn from my. That's what I had to learn growing up. Everybody's not gonna always care, and you just have to be the one to care about yourself. And I'm so proud of myself at times that I never I never allowed what people said about me to stop me from doing me. You know, I'm gonna tell you like this. There were times where I was just being me, a kid, and people were so concerned about my sexuality and getting to know me for who I was. And that really, that I had to go through there all the way from elementary, from I think from fifth, from fourth. No, I think it might have been from fifth grade all the way up to 12th grade. You know, getting questions and question about my sexuality, and I really hated that people was you know coming off to me like that because I didn't care about who they were sleeping around with or what they were doing. I never tried any thing with anybody. I never tried to touch anybody while they were asleep because I am a survivor of sexual molestation. You know, from a family member. You know, from a family member, a close family member. They was abusing me. It wasn't nothing. And I'm gonna say to that, but I'm gonna say this: it wasn't nothing to the extent where it was someone getting penetrated, but someone was getting abused, and it was right underneath the adult's nose. And they didn't even know it up until later on down the line, until they got exposed. But I just never understood why people were so concerned. You know, even when days when I was talking to my mother told me she had kind of already knew a long time ago, which kind of made me feel kind of happy on the inside because I didn't want to disappoint her on the fact that I was making a U-turn instead of making the straight turn. I did a whole 360. You know, my I would say I'm not even. I mean, I really didn't even have to come out. It was just all right. I'm just me. I don't really like titles, so I was just me. So when everything got exposed, you know, I was just like, damn, I didn't even get a chance to even have a sit down conversation because I was at odds with a sibling. And I really hate that happened. But I'm glad that she understands now. And we're on a good page. She wants me to get certain things together before Christ come back. And I'm determined on getting certain things together, because I do want to inherit the kingdom of God. And I do want to, you know, not sin so much because we even though we may be saved, we still are sinners, but we can always be delivered from that. We always can be delivered from the sin, but if sometimes we can fall short. And there it's moments where I just want to change, but I just really wish sometimes in my life where I'm at right now that people would change when it comes to, well, I would say I wish they would change their whole perspective of me, even though I know I can't stop them from thinking anything about me. Because it's times where my sexuality comes up, or it's times where I have mental issues, and they think I'm just, I guess, either retarded or slow or dumb. I can give you an instance where um, people have asked me, did I know how to spell something simple as girl, or do I know how to tie a box? Like that really offended me. It's like, wow, do you think I'm that off in the head? You guys, I never expressed this to you guys, but I am dyslexic, and I'm not ashamed to say it because I know that's something that people can run off with and make fun of, but it's okay, because what goes around comes around. So you better watch out what you laugh at because it may be right around on knocking at your front door. You just never know. It can always go from generation to generation. As a matter of fact, it can skip a generation, you know, and you may have to deal with that person. You never know. That's why I never made fun. Well, really, that's why I never understood why people made fun of people that may um, have retardation issues. That's not funny to me. I would never find that funny because it can happen to you. Just like you can have a child that may not be so quick or the sharpest tool in the shed. It can happen to you. So, it's like for kids, whoever may be listening to this, you may want to just stop and try to be a helping hand because you never know the things that you may say can affect them not only now but later on down the line. You know, I'm strong enough. I have let all that stuff go. but sometimes it do comes back up because sometimes I do feel like I'm not always heard, or people just zone me out if I'm speaking. Sometimes I feel like sometimes when I'm around people that I know, I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall, and I can be sitting right beside them, and that sometimes can really hurt my feelings because I feel like I'm not being heard, or I feel like maybe I'm getting on your nerves. I mean, it's just so much, but I'm just learning to just, you know what, suck it up. It is what it is. If you don't want to talk to me, I ain't got to talk to you. Mm-mm. I can just keep on moving, keep on doing the things that I do, because at the same time, I'm not gonna stop being me. I'm not gonna lower my standards. I'm not gonna stop being the person that I know how to be, all because someone is not giving me their undivided attention. Because you know what, there was times where I did thought maybe I need to just stay on mute. But why stay on mute? Why? Why? You know, and that's why I'm able to just come on here and talk about it, because sometimes I do struggle sometimes with that still, but I don't let it keep me down, and I can't let it keep me down. I got to keep on fighting and keep on keeping the faith, and know that everything's gonna be okay. Now, one thing I do want to say before I go, I don't want people feeling sorry for me, because we all have a story to tell. I'm just one of the ones that's open enough to tell you some of the things that I went through. And this may not be the last video that I may be open and honest. Well, it's not gonna be last video because this is just a channel that I can just come to and be calm and not so loud and just express how I truly feel. Because a lot of people have really, they have really offended me, and I had to just really, sometimes I had to bite my tongue without blowing up, you know, because you know what, sometimes you don't even have to give people a reaction. Let them have that power over you. You know, just by saying nothing says a whole lot. Mm-hmm. Says a whole lot. And you know what? That really can get underneath somebody's skin. And on that note, you guys, I'm going to tell you to keep on being strong. I'm being strong to this day. It's just sometimes I still deal with certain things that happened in the past, but I know I don't live there anymore. I'm in the present. And on that note, you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I will chat with you guys later on. Peace.